Hello everyone, my name is Iceman, and today we are playing Across the Obelisk. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I had a request to kind of do a guide of different heroes, all that stuff. I decided to just go one hero at a time, and we're just going to start with Magnus since he's one of the first characters that you unlocked when you get the game. So Magnus here, he's a warrior. They're typically meant to be frontline, help protect the rest of the team. They're typically melee champions, and I think that's about it as far as that goes. Magnus here, what's great about him, and I think they did a great job starting him off as one of the first ones that you get, is he's very well versed in both attack and defense. Even says so right here where it says well-balanced warrior who excels in both attack and defense. I have to agree. So let's go over his traits and how you level them up, and then we'll go into I'm gonna go into the game just to show one of my builds I have for him, and kind of like my reason, like why I do things a certain way. Like I said, this is not the definitive way to play him. It's just how I like to play him. So let's start with well trained. This is your innate trait that you start off with. You don't have to level up, that is. So he starts off with Reinforce, which gives you 30, or is it 30? Yeah, 30% resistance to melee attacks against him. It's only 2 charges, so that's only going to be 2 rounds of that. His level 2 is going to be either Follow Up or Wolf Guard. So Follow Up, the next attack, you reduce the highest cost attack card in your hand by 5 until discarded. It is an enchantment. It's a one-time use, and then it's gone. It costs 0. Wolf Guard, on the other hand, is a different enchantment where you can put it on any hero, so it doesn't just have to be him. And it actually has 4 uses. And what this one does is you get 15% to all your resistances, as well as if you take damage, it will provide some block on that champion, and also 1 reinforced charge. And like I said, it's 4 uses, so if the block goes away, you get hit again, it's going to give you more block. Level 3, you got offensive and defensive mastery. So what that does is at the start of your turn, reduce the cost of the melee or defense card in your hand by 1 until they are discarded. I say or defense because you can choose which one you want to go based off of how you're feeling that day, what your deck is, right? Level 4, you have Thunderclap and Valiant Defender. Thunderclap is you get 200% attack damage on your next attack. It's only for the next attack, and you also deal an extra 14 lightning damage, and then you apply 7 spark to all monsters. It is a one-time use thing, and it costs 1. Valiant Defender is an enchantment that goes on you that is it will add 6 block charges to any card that provides block, as well as the next 8 defense cards you play. A random hero will gain block and an extra draw a card. It is 8 uses because of the next 8 defense cards. I really like that. And that one also cost 1 to use. Last, for level 5, we have Weapon Expert and Tireless. Weapon Expert, you get a +7 to all your damage that you do. Tireless, you get 1 extra regen and every turn, and you're immune to fatigue. Now let's go over to kind of how I like to play him, and we'll go into this game here. Actually, I think I have one set up so I can just go right into it. Yeah. Alright, so as far as Magnus goes, I like to be more offensive. I just like everything to die quicker so I can move on to the next thing. I typically go melee with him for that reason. Now, even though he's melee, I do not choose the follow-up card. I like going Wolf Guard. The reason why is it has more uses out of it. I get 4 uses out of it instead of just 1. And then I can put on anybody. So if someone needs the protection, maybe a healer or a mage that's really low on health, I can put that on them, and they're going to be at least protected for a little bit. And then melee, of course, offensive. I'll go Thunderclap. And then I like to go Tireless. So I always do Wolfguard and Tireless. I know +7 to your damage is great, but I prefer just being able to play more cards. It's just more fun for me to play more cards. It's not necessarily better. That's just how I like to go. But yeah, those two I always have. And then the middle ones are based off of if I'm going off melee or if I'm going to do more block or defensive cards. As far as melee goes, I like to do repeat cards. Reason why, they are low cost and you get to hit more with them. So like Rampage here, for example, let's go to the normal one. Your normal Rampage, you're dealing 11 damage, and then but you're doing it twice, so it's 22, right? But if you upgraded to like where it has bleed here, then you're doing extra. You're applying on hit effects, so it's actually what is this? Right here it says apply 4 bleed when I hit. That's actually apply 8 then, because it's hitting twice. I like doing repeats when you have on hit effects, just because I feel like you're getting more out of your attack that way. All the warriors, I believe they all have a bonus to bleed, as you can see right here, aura bonuses, +2 to bleed. So usually with Magnus, I'll go, if you're looking at the map, you go the top route and then over to, let's just go here. You're going to go a top route over to Yager's camp, and you're going to get Yager's cleaver out of it. Let's look at this item. So Yager's cleaver out of it. So that is when you damage with hit, you're applying bleed. So with that, I'm applying even more bleed every time I hit, even with cards that don't have bleed in it, right? And then let's go back in here. So that's what I like to do with him. As far as melee goes, I like to do it repeat bleeds. I think you get more for your money with the repeat. Otherwise, you could go defense. And defense cards, I like to typically, I don't have one built out here for it yet. Defense cards, though, I like to have like a lot of barricades if I can, because I like to protect everybody. And I think there's another one, entrenched. I like to get entrenched as well. Usually I will try to upgrade for free my entrenched to the one that's a 5 cost, just to get that fortify so no one loses their block. Other than that, there's one other one that does all monsters, or all heroes, Stockade. That's a good one. You're applying block on everyone, and you're applying thorns on everybody. So usually that's what I tend to do. I like to just get nice block cards and try to protect everyone that I can. Defend, like this over here, defend, which you start off for free as well. You can upgrade to 0 cost, but later on you are also, again, reducing your defense cards by 1, so it's going to be a free card anyways. So just keep that in mind when you're doing defense cards. That's what you want to do, is just make sure everyone's getting protected, right? Here's another fun way to go, which here's one of them. I have a Thorns deck here. It's kind of out of date. I wouldn't use these war paints anymore, but as you can see, every Thorn card that you see is, except for I think one of them, is a defense card. So that's another way you can go and still do damage without attacking, is just going Thorns. So look, Spike Shield here, you can even upgrade it to a 1 cost, so then it'd be a 0 cost when you draw it first hand, right? It's really fun to go Thorns, I think. But yeah, that's basically it. You can even do a hybrid. I've done the game where I just use his starter deck, and you can get pretty far with it. It's not bad at all. Just pick up a couple cards on the way and you're golden. I think his innate card that it starts out with, this Captain's Howl right here, I think it's really strong. You're going to get it. It's always going to be, I think, a random color when you first get it. This one just happens to be the gold one. But it's really good because it's going to slow down all monsters and apply vulnerability to everybody. Really good. It's basically like Piercing Howl, except it'd be the upgraded Piercing Howl, right? But upgrade Piercing Howl has a 1 cost, whereas the your innate one is 0. Otherwise, if you upgrade to the Piercing Hail 0, then of course it's going to slow everyone down, but it's not going to apply vulnerability. Yeah, and anyways, that's usually how I like to go with Magnus. Just on hit effects, repeat cards. I'd say definitely try to get those if you can, and you're going to be golden. Yeah, I think that settles everything. If you're going to go with a pet for Magnus, usually you want him to first if he's going to be up front blocking everything. Sharpie. I always recommend Sharpie for anyone that's going to be your frontline person, just so they can get rid of any debuffs, and then as well as try to go before the enemy does so you can get block on everyone. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter what you do on that. Main thing, Yager's Cleaver, my opinion. But I hope you all had a great day and that you enjoyed this little brief overview of Magnus and how I like to play him and my reasonings behind it. And please like, subscribe, comment, and take care. Bye.